Happy weekend, ladies and gentlemen. This is your good brother, J News, with another rendition of J News Japan. Today we're talking about New Japan Strong Episode 10 Lions Break Crown Finals. Let's get right into it. The show started off with a six-man tag team match that included one side, be it Barrett Brown, Adrian Quest, and Fred Rosser, against Blake Christian, Logan Regal, and Misterioso. The match lasted about 10.5 minutes. This is basically a match to show everybody off, let everybody get their shit in, and make sure that the viewers who have been viewing are still connected and in tune with what's going on New Japan Strong. A good showing for everyone here. Even Misterioso did a decent job in this match. Nothing that came to mind character-wise in this and or future feud-wise with this, and I'll clarify that towards the end of this review as to why. But in the six-man tag, the team of Blake Christian, Logan Regal, and Misterioso beat Barrett Brown, Adrian Quest, and Fred Rosser. Blake Christian hitting his awesome finisher, Elia, at the end of the match. Second match of the night, the match that I want to pay the most attention to here, is the finals of the Lions Break Crown Tournament. It was the LA Dojo Young Lion Clark Connors versus the free agent upstart Danny Limelight. Match went 12 minutes and 36 seconds. I feel like the match had a really slow build towards captivating some sort of a visceral or emotional response from the fans. And I'm going off of the way that I reacted to the match, because I'm always into everything and I always suspend my disbelief and whatnot, regardless of the fact, because I'm trying to understand and I'm trying to understand the flow of the match, and at the same time understand where the characterization comes in, what the story is throughout the match, and things of that nature. Danny Limelight and Clark Connors had a good back and forth in the match. There was no real emotional draw, I would want to say, for the first 8 to 9 minutes of the match. They were basically working a very steadily paced match. It wasn't a slow, methodical match, but it wasn't a high-paced, fast match either. So it was more or less in between. Good back and forth between the two of them. Danny Limelight did seem to get the upper hand midway through the match, dominating Clark Connors. Basically, the story there was that Danny Limelight, with his kicks, was able to draw breath out of Clark Connors and somewhat injure his right shoulder as well with his strikes and his kicks. Clark Connors throughout the match was looking for that opening to see as to how he can defeat Danny Limelight, and he finally got the opening at one point where Danny Limelight made a minor mistake by doing a springboard off of the top rope, and Clark Connors catching him in a power slam that almost went wrong. To be quite clear about that, but Clark Connors was able to clean it up after that, gain a little bit of momentum, even though it was more of a back and forth after that momentum shift. And that's where the emotional pull started to come in during the match, where we didn't necessarily know if Clark Connors was going to be able to make the comeback or not, because Danny Limelight was still on the offensive. But ultimately, Clark Connors was able to do was able to perform some good offense. He actually hit a spear off of the second rope, so he was sitting on the second rope, a la old school Bret Hart style, sitting on the top turnbuckle with his 2 feet on the second ropes. Jumped off the second rope and hit Danny Limelight with a spear, shoulder into the gut. Took complete breath out of Danny Limelight. Danny Limelight went down, and then that's when Clark Connors went for the kill, and he was able to put him into a Boston Crab. Danny Limelight was trying to be tough, trying not to tap out right away. Danny Limelight almost got to the bottom rope, but then Clark Connors was able to pull him back into the center of the ring and legitimately sit on his lower back and make Danny Limelight tap. And at the end of it all, as I called it, and no, I did not read any sort of dirt sheets or read any websites none of the wrestling YouTubers that I follow cover New Japan Pro Wrestling as quite as thoroughly as we do here on True Heel Heat. No one had any sort of results for the Alliance Break Crown tournament. This was my breakdown totally. Clark Connors wins here with the Boston Crab, and he makes him the winner of the Lions Break Crown. So hopefully going forward, Clark Connors will now go on and do things on his own and be his own man and no longer have to lace up the black boots and put on the black trunks and start to create his own character and be his own man. Last match of the night, the fun match of the night, it was a 12-man tag team elimination match. I've probably watched one of these before, but I don't recall. But this was plain and simple, as transparent as I can be. This was a clusterfuck of a match. So the 6-man tag was the Bullet Club versus everyone else on New Japan Strong. So the Bullet Club members go as follows: Hikuleo, Chase Owens, Tangaloa, Tamatanga, Kenta, and Jay White versus Carl Fredericks, ACH, TJP, Rocky Romero, Jeff Cobb, and David Finlay. This match lasted 16 minutes exactly. In this match, you were either eliminated with via pinfall, via submission, or being thrown over the top rope in this match. So a lot of shenanigans from the Bullet Club side, a lot of sneaky eliminations from the face side as well for other Bullet Club members and things of that nature. But at the end of it all, the story that wound down was David Finlay getting the win. He was down 2-1. It was 2 Bullet Club members in the ring, and he was the only member of his team left, and he was able to eliminate. I believe it was Kenta and Chase Owens. Kenta and Chase Owens were the last 2 members left in the ring. He was able to eliminate Chase Owens with a stunner, and then I believe he clotheslined them over the top rope, or if that was Kenta. I'm mixing it up. I'm not clear on that, but he was able to eliminate Chase Owens and Kenta. Kenta was the last eliminated person from the Bullet Club, which leads us to have a furtherance of a bit of a feud between Kenta and David Finlay, being that David Finlay lost in that New Japan and the USA New Japan Cup in the USA finals versus Kenta. So being that he eliminated Kenta here in this 12-man elimination tag match, that might set up another singles match with Kenta and David Finlay down the road for a shot at that IWGP US Heavyweight Championship contract certificate, as they call it, and things of that nature. So it was a fun match to watch. Everybody got their shit in. The hijinks and the antics were all cool from all sides. So I recommend everybody watch this match whenever you get a chance on NewJapanWorld.com and or Fight TV. As for what I was mentioning earlier, we have a new quote-unquote tour that will be happening starting next week on on October 16th. It's the start of the Never Tour. So basically, we'll get matches that we've never seen before. We have the junior heavyweights and the heavyweights within the New Japan Strong roster structure, and they will be going one-on-one and or variants of tag team matches throughout this Never Tour. So I'll be looking forward to that, to seeing what sort of pairings we'll be getting with the roster. So it'll be exciting to see some of the juniors versus the heavyweights and see what kind of feuds, if any, that creates, or what kind of awesome matches we get out of that. So folks, that has been the finals of the Lions Break Crown Tournament New Japan Strong Episode 10 that happened on Friday, October 9th, 2020. We'll be back next week with another episode of rendition of that to follow up on the new tour, the Never Tour. This has been your good brother, Jay News, letting you guys know to always like, share, comment, and subscribe to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. Stay safe out there, be good to one another, and take care of yourselves, y'all. Stay wrestling fans. I'm about this. I'll see you guys later. Peace.